So there's about 100 tons of CO2 emissions just in the steel that's in just the foundation. Forget everything else. And that's to say nothing of the mining and refining and transporting that went into getting the iron and the coal in the first place, from which the steel was then made. Then there's the concrete. You need cement for that, which is ground up limestone mixed with some other stuff. Then there's the aggregate and all the rest of it. They used 520 cubic meters of concrete in this foundation. And again, depending on the particulars, they emit between 200 and 500 kilograms of CO2 emissions per cubic meter of concrete. Now I'm going to call it 333 kilograms per cubic meter for easier calculations, which means that about 170 tons of CO2 have been emitted just for the concrete in one wind turbine. I'm not even going to begin to talk about the towers and the blades and the transport and the roads and the power lines and the turbine itself and the lubricants. I'm just talking about the foundations here. Now this will be backfilled and covered in, and in the end all you'll see is the mounting point for the tower itself, the tiny footprint. But to get to that point, there's been over 270 tons of CO2 emitted, which is roughly the same as driving a large family car 135,000 kilometers or 3.5 times around the equator of the planet. But remember, we're doing all of this to save the planet.